Well, the first round of the Carling knockout has almost concluded. 6 of 8 quarterfinals have been decided. 2 spots remain as we prepare for action in Umlazi this afternoon. So down on there, like Richards Bay, have had precious little to smile about this season, but a league victory over today's opponents, Moroka Swallows, is their only win so far, and the Birds will be looking for revenge as this pair square off in the Carling knockout. Oh, that was just wide of the mark, but Daniel Akpe rooted to the spot. So Richards Bay have now conjured a couple of opportunities from aerial situations, from headers. This time, it's headed to the edge of the area through a thicket of bodies. It's been turned in. Under pressure, Richards Bay have the lead against Swallows. And it's Abel Mabaso, who's making his first start of the season, who has come up with the goods. Oh, cleverly intercepted by Kumede. Given away again, Sakomagubela holds off his man, Mabaso on the turn. But took a little touch off an opponent. It will be a corner kick for Swallows.
Good defending there from Teto, not allowing Mabaso to have a clear shot to go.
Cleverly done. Plenty of space for Bongani Sam. Gets the ball in. Oh! What a goal from Gabriel Mahango. And we are back on terms at the Kings Villatini Stadium. Well, the space was identified out wide. The cross back into the area was perfect. The finish, exquisite. Oh, it's been cut out, but Richards Bay have it again. Momi holds off the challenge. He's been able to find Mabu, who slips it through. Opportunity! Brilliant finish! Yanele Botuma. Well, he scores for the first time in over a year. And he has Richards Bay back in front. Richards Bay went ahead, saw their lead wiped out, but regained it, and they win 2-1 over Swallows.
Coach Kaitano Tempo joins me. Coach, a victory today at home through to the quarterfinals. What a game.
Yeah, look, credit should go to the boys. I think with all the injuries that we had, and these guys to come out here and put out a performance like this, credit to them. But look, if I look at a player like Yandele Mbutuma and he doesn't win the man of the match, then I think it defeats the whole process. I think the voting process needs to be a little bit changed, because when you have a youngster who comes in and works hard and he doesn't get man of the match, even the goalkeeper, Pilar Sande, his debut playing for the DDC, he's only 20, comes out and puts in a performance like this. Look, but who am I?
Let's talk about those players that really stood out today. And you speak about the youngsters, whether you want to look at Amir that came on in the second half. You speak about Uyanela as well. The goalkeeper as well today, outstanding. Is that the direction that the team will be taking, where you are injecting a lot of young blood into the side? Yeah,
look, I work with these players every day. And there's one thing that I tell them. If you don't give me energy, then it's a problem. But that's the starting point. I need to see you working very hard. The rest will follow. We'll work on the technical and the tactical. But the first thing is for you to make sure that you work very hard. Especially with the way we want to play. We don't want to wait for things to happen. We want to take matters into our own hands in terms of our pressing. So it requires a lot of energy. So if you have young players who are willing to work, then that will work. And also quite happy with the Lucky Mohomi. Up until he started cramping, I thought he had a decent game. Also, the defense back four, they played very well. And we just need to try and be consistent in terms of winning matches. I'm quite happy now because we managed to score 2 goals. For me, probably, we've broken the case.
Let's talk about that, Coach, because in the first half, the instruction was quite clear in terms of the intensity, in terms of pinning Swallows to their own half, and it worked. Yeah,
in their midfield, you Jali and Palani, they are very good, ball players. So if you give them time and space on the ball, they will hit you. So we told them that, look, we don't want to give them time and space. You are always pressing, you are always on their faces, and put them under so much pressure. And when we get the ball, let's try and use the pockets which are left by their fullbacks, which is Keenan as well as Bongani Sem. So we had a lot of joy in those areas.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You had just talked about getting the principle right and the balance right between performance and result. Let's get your analysis.
Yeah, well, results are results. And at the back of a bad result, obviously nobody feels good. And then the minute you start thinking with your heart, you end up saying things that are more emotional than rational. But looking at it from a more sober perspective, one, there's a few acknowledgements that one has to make. We didn't defend well. You never win matches of football when your center of the defense is this weak. Both on the ground and in the air, I thought we were weak. We never had the authority to resist or repel balls, and we suffered as such. And even in terms of our build-up play, it was clear they were narrow and a bit higher, even though they gave us a bit of space for the goalkeeper to come out of the box. But then what we needed to do, because you can't play through, they're a bit narrow and compact, then you have to go around them. Our access to both the left back and the right back was a bit slow. But the second half, the minute we came back and corrected that, then you saw a different game altogether. Now we needed to do more of that. But one thing that I picked up again from Moroka Swallows, the minute you've equalized, then you look like, no, you're okay now. Now you get your hands in the pockets and then you become cocky and all that. We needed to put more pressure. And also the second goal that we considered is another mistake that I'm sure we could have avoided. And the chances you got, yes, we did get. We should be more clinical. The goal we scored, I thought, was also a beautiful goal, good aggression, more intentional, and we can learn from that. But with all those acknowledgements, one has to go back and compliment Richards Bay. They put up a good shift. You could see they showed they wanted to win. They had more desire and determination, and that's the difference between us winning and losing. And we just have to dust ourselves and move on.
The instruction from the first half into the second half, Coach, because we look at the way you started the second half, stretching them, and that's how you get that equalizer. But then you try to reinforce the midfield as well. You did talk about Zuma coming in. You did talk about Aplache as well coming in. What transpired there?
Yeah, I think one, you look at the energy levels. You look at people who are a little bit more threatening going forward. We had to bring out Palani because Mchali has the ability to collect the ball in the midfield and drive forward. And when you do that, you still have the ability, the guile, and the finishing capability of Zuma. You're trying to manipulate things to be more offensive whilst maintaining balance, as you said, in the midfield. And then you go on and try to see, okay, how else can I add an offensive player? Who can I bring out? Should it be an AJ now? A bit later. And then you bring out centre-back. Ukwanda, you bring in Phillips into the centre-back position. Umakubela at right back. So you try play your pieces in a manner that says you don't want to lose your balance. You still want to be threatening, but you must not remain vulnerable. You got to box very smart. And some of the things that the decisions you take, some of the pieces as you move them, it is stuff that maybe a train you had not tested, but the game says. So you have to be alert and awake to be with the game. If you miss out, then things fall apart.
Things falling apart. The speed factor as well from the Natal Rich Boys, especially in that first half. The coach was talking about the energetic players, the youthfulness. You could see them.
Listen, in players of more years is experience. In players of young age, you find that exuberance, you find that energy, which is a beautiful thing. And now it says to you that if you can play a game of football and think that the changes that are made are actually to your benefit, it might actually be a threat that those people want to prove a point. You look at Umbutuma, how he played. He played quite well, and he's only 21. You look at also Ukumete, he's only 21. They're also showing that they want to play. So whoever comes back from those who are injured or senior team, they will realize that, goodness me, when they were in there, they did well, then I should step up. But a lesson to us is that, listen, as long as you're good enough, man, age ain't nothing. Listen, if it's good enough, I mean, the age doesn't matter. Play him. And I'll do the same, but congratulations to Caetano Tembo. The bravery and also delivery from his players that, listen, he gave the opportunity and they took it. If you're given the opportunity to take it, what else is required from you?
Thank you, Coach.
Great pleasure. Thank you.